Developed in 2005 by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems, Wario was continuing to establish his reputation as a solid independent franchise from his mainstream counterpart Mario, with the Warioware series, that being Warioware Touched. This latest installment brought new and entertaining ideas to the already crazed minigame madness we know and love. Out of those things, one of my absolute favorite Nintendo characters ever debuted in this game. That's right. You better know her name. You know how the song goes, right?
Better learn my name, 'cause it's Ashley.
She knows the darkest spells and she rules the meanest potions.
A little bit of background. My most wanted characters for Smash Wii U and 3DS were Palutena, Pac-Man, Inkling, Ridley, King K. Rool, Shantae, and most of all, Ashley. Palutena and Pac-Man made it. Ash was an assist trophy. Inkling and Ridley are confirmed for Ultimate, and with the current rumors and leaks going around, K. Rool and Ashley may not be far off. Fingers crossed, but rumors are rumors, so everything you see, please take with a grain of salt. Anyways, I want to start off today's character potential video with a new stat page going over her basic ability as a character. Let's go down the list. These are all based on a 1 to 9 scale, as a nod to level 9 being the max AI in Smash. Power. This is a rating of how much base damage her attacks do compared to other fighters. Her physical prowess is low, but that's why she fights with a lot of spells and of course Red's assistance. She isn't a powerhouse by any means, but she can dish out damage in other ways. Because of this, I've given her a 3 out of 9. Speed. Speed determines how fast she moves. That means walking and running animation, swimming if it returns, as well as her edge roll, dodging, etc. She's pretty quick, but not Sonic levels of fast. Still, don't take your eyes off her. Ashley would be a 5 out of 9. Technique. This stat defines how much of a learning curve her moveset would be. Her technique is different than that of Ganondorf and other very physically close combatant characters, as they are hard-hitting, damage-dealing baddies. Ashley is all about trickery and spellcasting, setting up damage over time attacks and combo potential for her powerful smash attacks. I would say Robin is a good comparison for this. Ashley is 9 for 9 in tech. Jump. Jump is a rating of how high she jumps, how many jumps she gets, or how good her recovery is. Ashley would be 9 for 9 in jump as well. Weight. Weight is what determines how light of a character she would be. Being a 2, Ashley would be one of the lightest characters in the game, making her easy to smash out of the stage at a lower percentage. This would also define how floaty her jumps would be and actual fall speed. To start off her moveset officially, we'll go with the special attacks as we normally do. For the standard B special, Ashley's hair would turn white, her eyes would go red, and she conjures up a cloud with an area of effect as a nod to her assist trophy days in Wii U and 3DS versions of Smash. Any enemies caught in the cloud will move slower on the ground and in air and take minor damage over time. The area of effect would be severely limited compared to the assist version of the attack to remain balanced. This attack would be a great spacing technique for when Ashley needs time to set up spells and prepare for combos. Ashley's up B special would be her broom. Tap up and B to summon the broom and she would take off. You could control the direction and altitude with the control stick and maneuver around. This can be used as an amazing recovery, but if you were hit during the attack, you would fall in a non-recoverable state, similar to the villager, leaving you helpless if you are over a KO blast zone. In her Game & Wario minigame, she could do a small electric zap as she rides. So I want to implement that into the recovery. If you run into somebody while on the broom, Ashley would do a small electrical spell, doing minor damage and small knockback to an opponent. Ashley's down B would be her cauldron. Press down B to summon the cauldron and start whisking away. Each time you catch an opponent, when the cauldron is active, you gain an ingredient, which would be shown above her character portrait, similar to Cloud's limit break bar. There are 4 ingredients to collect, which means 4 damage levels. It has a high knockback, but for each ingredient, the amount of damage the attack does increases. You would keep the ingredients until you are KO'd. This would be an attack you want to try to keep powered up for the best use. The side B is an interesting idea I thought about, and it would play into the setup to combo style I'm managing for Ashley. In Warioware Smooth Moves, she has a potted plant she practices spells on, so for her side B special, Ashley would throw a potted plant that would land on the ground. This can lead to many things. It can be used as a projectile if you happen to conk someone with the potted plant before it hits the ground. This would do a small amount of damage with minor knockback. The plant will disappear after a while if you don't touch it. If you press side B while the potted plant is on the ground, Ashley gains an additional attack that will cast a lightning bolt similar to how Villager uses the axe while the tree is waiting to be cut down. This spell will have a shock knockback like Pikachu's Thunder Shock. If the bolt touches the potted plant, it can turn into a flower, which can be used as a projectile. It can also be picked up by opponents, so you need to have a strategy prepared for what you want to do with it. There's also a chance that the plant will turn into a stationary monster plant she creates in her Smooth Moves ending. This plant would chomp opponents that get too close, allowing Ashley to go for juggles with her normal attacks. Let's go over Ashley's regular attacks. Ashley's stationary A would be a series of blunt strikes with her wand. Hold A to do a rapid strike where she spins the wand that does small damage, good for chipping shields. Tap A continuously to execute the A combo. The first strike would be a big swing down, like if you were swinging a giant hammer. The second strike would be a mid-level thrust. The third strike would be a spin where Ashley does a full swing attack with the wand. The combo does a small amount of damage as individual attacks, but as a whole, it does decent damage. Knockback is minor except for the final spin, which has good knockback to create distance, giving her opportunities to spellcast and plan attacks accordingly. The up A tilt would be her doing an upward thrust with the umbrella. The tip of the umbrella has a sweet spot, similar to Marth's blade, so try to aim it well. The attack does decent damage and would have a juggle knockback similar to Mario's up tilt game. Ashley's forward A tilt would be a stepping shove with the wand held in both hands, almost like a staff, pushing it forward. This attack is nimble and knockback is decent. For the down A tilt, Ashley would use the broom and basically do a passive aggressive sweep. It would create a small dust cloud for a cutesy touch. The aerial versions of the attacks are similar, but I'll go through the variations, being that she's airborne and some of the animations would differ from the grounded counterparts. The standard air would be a rapid strike where she spins the wand. The up air would be an upward thrust with the umbrella. Same rules apply here. The forward air would be the shove, but being midair, her whole body would go into the attack, looking a bit more lethal than its ground version. The down air would still use the broom, but instead of a double sweep, Ashley would slam the broom in a downward manner, spiking opponents hit with the tip of the broom. Ashley will have really strong smash attacks, and that's because Red will help with the smashing. I wanted to involve Red in a way that wasn't too distracting, but also was faithful to the character. Ashley is always taking charge. I mean, look at that face. She means business, Red. Better just, do what she says, or you might be the next ingredient. For Ashley's forward smash, Ashley takes a stance pointing forward as Red appears and jumps out with a vicious stab of his trident. This would do moderate damage and decent knockback. Ashley's up smash would be Ashley lifting Red overhead as an extension to attack with the trident. This attack would be strong, doing major damage but small knockback. The down smash would be Ashley and Red doing a downward strike together, one on each side. Ashley would use the spellbook, and Red would wield his trusty trident. The attack wouldn't do a ton of damage, but the shockwave would push opponents back with moderate knockback, similar to Falco's down smash. For the final smash, Ashley would throw her spellbook down on the ground, shouting "Hocus Pocus." It would then pop open, emitting an evil aura, trapping opponents and slamming them inside with the darkest witch magics and monsters. The book would then explode back open, sending the trapped fighters off into the blast zone, ending with Ashley picking up the book and dusting it off. With Wario already having Warioware representation in Smash, the series is covered, but if they wanted to give Ashley her own stage, it would have to be the outside of Ashley's mansion. I know that sounds similar to Luigi's mansion, but this battle wouldn't take place inside or on top. This stage, you would fight in the courtyard in front of the mansion with a view of the crescent moon. Who knows what style of madness could go down on the witch's own property? Only Nintendo knows. For taunts, I had a couple ideas. 1. Ashley would do her camera turn from Warioware DIY. 2. She would pull out and open her spellbook, eyes glistening at its contents. And 3. Ashley would hug her stuffed bunny only to get embarrassed and put it away. Talk about adorable. In Little Mac's Punch-Out Arena, her moniker would say, "The Great Ashley," because why would it be anything else? Ashley's entrance would be her floating down to the stage on the broom, Red changing to his imp form and the two posing. Ashley's victory animation would have to be this. It has to be this. It could only be this. The zoom in and all, it would be a hilarious way to further show her personality. What better way to be like, boom, I win because I'm Ashley. Take that, haters. And last but not least, her symbol would be the broom that she rides on. It's a perfect representation of witches in general and how Ashley travels. Another episode down, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to tune into this. Let me know in the comments who you want to see next and your feelings about Ashley if you might want her a little bit more after seeing this. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter if you haven't. I just post memes and weird stuff. And anyways, this is your pleb. This is Trev. And thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate everybody who tunes in.